What's going on, LEGO Maniacs, and welcome back to a brand new video. I am ZacATK. So today we have a ton of LEGO news, and it is revolving around the new LEGO Pokemon sets that have been revealed. That's right, we have 5 new LEGO Pokemon sets revealed. So if you're excited for these new reveals, be sure and smash like button, subscribe for more videos. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the latest and greatest in LEGO Pokemon news. Okay, so we have 5 Pokemon sets revealed today, and I'm pretty stoked about most of them. There's one of them, the question I have to ask myself is why. So let's start off with the first one that we have here, which is this red figure. This is a buildable, upscaled red minifigure with 930 pieces, retailing for $80. Now, the question is why red? Why not something else? Why not something that's a bit more of substance with Pokemon? I mean, I get it. The red is really neat. I understand that it's one of those things where it takes an integral part of the Pokemon franchise, but this is where I would have said, why couldn't we have gotten a actual play set with minifigures instead? So looking at the red minifigure here, there's a lot of good details that make him look very similar to Red from the comics and whatnot, from the anime, from the Pokemon series and whatnot. And I think it's pretty neat. You give him a Pokeball, he has a backpack, he has the cap, which is really cool, he has the hair, all that fun jazz. Upscale buildable minifigure. He looks fairly decent. Honestly, I think the hat is probably the best part of him, and the reason why I say that is I think it'd be kind of cool to put the cap on the buildable Pikachu that we got. Anyways, there's really not a lot to look at here of the red minifigure. Again, I think a Pokemon Center with minifigures would have been a whole lot better, as the only minifigures that we're getting so far are locked behind pretty sizable paywalls. Anyways, let's move on to the next one here, and that is the buildable Arcanine, set number 72160, with 1,190 pieces. Going to be retailing for $109.99. And these will be shipping out August 1st, this most latest wave. So Arcanine looks pretty cool. I will have to admit, he looks really neat. The face kind of throws me off from certain angles, but once we get to looking at it from somewhat of a distance, it does look pretty neat. I do like the tail build. Tail is very similar to the Eevee that we got earlier this year, but it does look nice. $109 is up there with the price to part ratio which we're getting here. I do think he looks nice. I would have liked to have seen maybe giving us a buildable Growlithe in this set, since the majority of these parts aren't printed. It looks like the only printed pieces are the ears perhaps, and the eyes most definitely. Again, a evolution line would be kind of neat. I understand giving us 1s and 2s of Pokemon here, and I get why they went with Arcanine from a perspective that he was supposed to be originally a legendary or pseudo-legendary in the original show way back when. But anyways, it's a neat set. I like how he looks. The stripes look very, very nice. He's probably maybe about the same scale as Eevee is, if I had to guesstimate by the tail build and the scaling of him and the person holding him in this lifestyle image. But does look really neat. I again would have liked to have seen more with this set, even if asking for a smaller like Growlithe with it, a Arcanine minifigure to go with the set would be pretty stellar. Anyways, let's move on to Munchlax here. This is Munchlax set number 72150 for $69.99 and 757 pieces. I love Munchlax. He looks so stupid and so derpy. I love him. He looks great. I love the apple cores everywhere. I love the little stump that he's sitting on, which is pretty neat. It's overall a really, really nice build, and it's nice to see this color green being utilized, and the apple cores just look very, very nice. I think that's just a hilarious feature. The face is absolutely hilarious, and I'm noticing a trend here with a lot of the LEGO Pokemon sets is that you're getting a lot of parts and not too many of them are printed. So LEGO is definitely doing a great job of utilizing their parts catalog to create these buildable Pokemon, which is very, very cool. Again, the apples and just the scaling of him is really neat. Him and Eevee so far are really the two only affordable Pokemon, you know, if you want to put these in like an under $70-ish range set. Arcanine is kind of next up there, and then you obviously have the other sets that we'll talk about here pretty soon, but Munchlax looks really cool. I think he looks awesome. I'm really curious, why did Munchlax instead of Snorlax, because so far they've done original series Pokemon, but the next one we're going to talk about isn't original series, it's Gen 3. In fact, we have Rayquaza with set number 72168 for $129.99 with 1,083 pieces, and we have a look at our very first minifigure, which is Xenia, which I don't really like the way Xenia looks. She hasn't translated well from minifigure, or from anime to minifigure. I get Pokemon, or Lego has limitations when it comes to actually doing minifigures and whatnot, and I'm hoping eventually we'll delve into better hair pieces for these instead of like this bowl haircut that she has going on. But Rayquaza looks absolutely phenomenal, and this makes me want to ask the question is, are we going to be getting eventually a Deoxys buildable Pokemon, which is, Rayquaza looks phenomenal, and I'm hoping that these golden details on him are not stickers. They look printed, but hopefully they're printed. So far, that's continuing the streak of only printed elements in the Lego Pokemon theme, which is pretty good. I don't remember any being an Eevee when I built my Eevee, but the Rayquaza looks phenomenal. A lot of this so far is just display. And again, I'm hoping for more Lego play sets, not smart play sets. When I saw the wave of smart play sets come out, I was genuinely disappointed because no minifigures, and it's all smart play garbage that not too many people are going to pick up. I don't see the appeal of all of the smart play elements inside of Lego right now. Like Star Wars, cool. Pokemon, no, not so much. And when I say Star Wars cool, I mean you should just stop there, or Lego rather. But this Rayquaza looks absolutely phenomenal. Now let's talk about probably my most favorite set and the most expensive one out of this entire line, and that is the Iconic Trainer Moments Pokeball. This is $300 for 2,386 pieces, and the best part, folks, we now have Lego Pokemon minifigures. Not just people, but we have Pokemon as well, and I am so excited for this. You have Pokeballs now, which are phenomenal. They look to be somewhat of a new element, I hope, these little ball elements. And the Pokemon here, you have Eevee and Pikachu. You have Professor Oak, a Pokedex Sprintile, which is really nice. Red here again, and green. Now, green, I don't understand why they went for green, as us Western folks got blue, but I get where they're going with this. But this buildable Pokeball is absolutely ginormous, and it's just like the Mario block that we got a couple of years back. But these minifigures are absolutely phenomenal. This Pokeball is ginormous, and I love that it opens up into a battlefield, which is nice. This Oak's Lab is also very, very cool. I like that it can be displayed either way. And personally for me, I would probably want to maybe take the inlet of Professor Oak's lab out and close the Pokeball and put that somewhere else and actually incorporate in that to a build into the Lego City for a Pokemon Center, which I definitely want to do. But this set is absolutely amazing looking. The Pokeball is ginormous. It blows my mind how big this Pokeball is. And just looking at the lifestyle image, that's just half the ball here. And this is going to be one crazy build, I'm sure, full of snot techniques and all that, maybe even some technic elements, but I'm genuinely excited for all these sets. It's gonna be tough choosing between the other three sets. Like Rayquaza is definitely high up there on my list. Munchlax, obviously, I don't know. I feel like Munchlax, I have more affinity for Munchlax than I do Arcanine. And then the red minifigure, I'm probably going to skip that one altogether because I've never collected any of the upscale minifigures. So I may skip this one more than likely. But if I had to choose, I would probably say the Pokeball is up there with $300 is really, really up there to justify. But I would probably maybe choose Rayquaza just for the minifigure. I think it'd be really cool. But what has me on the hook for this set is this absolute stellar minifigure lineup. Anyways, I'm sure we'll probably get more Pokemon sets that are going to be revealed here soon. I'm hoping for maybe one more smaller wave to be revealed, maybe in the fall, that would be more playset centric, that I think would be great parts packs, and hopefully would include more actual minifigures and more Pokemon minifigures. I like where they're going with the buildable, but we really want Lego Pokemon minifigures and actual that. And this is going to be, this is making the choice for incorporating this in my Lego City very easy when it came to the dilemma of yellow and flesh. So I was like, you know what, we're just going to mix them together. At this point, might as well just mix them. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure and smash like and subscribe for more videos. Give this video a hype, and let me know in the comment section down below which of these 4 sets you would be picking up day 1 on release. Anyways, you all have a fantastic rest of your week, and friends, keep building, and I'll see you in the next video.